And we're back. Welcome, one and all, to the final stretch of the Ultimate Living Origin Form Pokédex, Kanto Edition. We have just a handful of encounters left before finishing off all of the captures that I will need before we can move on to the Hoenn region. In the process of catching every single individual form of a Pokemon, including normal, gender variants, regional variants, and the shiny versions, all of them as well. And what's exciting about right now is that I've been doing a lot of fishing encounters, a lot of fishing RNG manipulation, and that can be more on the tricky side of things when it comes to RNG manipulations in Fire Red and Leaf Green, but most of them are done now. I only have one left in Leaf Green, which I'm probably going to jump into in a moment, and I also have to go back to Fire Red and get one that I missed previously, as well as a couple other normal wild encounters. But we are very, very close, and then once those 4 things are done that I just mentioned, we have the Kadabra line. So we have 2 Kadabras, 2 Alakazam for the gender variants. We have Machoke, we have Machamp, and Parasect. So that is 7 Pokemon. So, I mean, depending on how today goes, I'm probably not going to get them all today, but I guess it depends on how long I am able to stream. But with that preamble out of the way, let's go ahead and see what's working. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. See what we're going to do here. I first need to make sure that the Super Rod is selected. And I'm going to go into my handy dandy list here and see what my next target is. So I have a Poliwhirl that's going to be a Poliwrath eventually. This is the initial seed that I have to put in, and it is 1700 frames away, so that's not very far at all. That's right, Caddy. We're very, very close. I'm excited. So this is Cerulean Cave Super Rod. So I'm going to plug that in for... Oh, I keep opening the wrong one there. There we go. I'm going to plug this seed into Pokefinder. Look for any shiny. Cerulean Cave. This, we need to go Super Rod. And there you are. A male Poliwhirl Bold. Yeah, a lot to go. We're nowhere near finished with the challenge in general, but it feels good to almost be done with a major portion of it. So I'm going to go to the 10 Lines website. I'm going to plug in all of this information, including the encounter method, where I'm encountering it, the Pokemon I'm going after, shiny or not shiny, the nature, don't need to really put in hidden power, gender, might as well, and the IVs, 21014. And 142125. That is our target. We are looking for a mono L and R. I went to the wrong window. There it is. Mono L and R. No extra button, which looks like this one right here. 1744 away. That's our seed timer there. And I'm going to copy over everything again. All the information to confirm our spread later. Unless, of course, I get it first try, but you never assume you're going to get it first try. It's possible, but you never assume that, especially with fishing. Fishing's very tricky. Okay, we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and knock out the last fishing encounter of Leaf Green, second to last overall. For Fire Red and Leaf Green anyway. All right, so as I've explained before, I have this calibrated for getting it on the second cast. The reason that that's important is because every time you cast the rod and it fails, some PRNG frame advances happen. So my calibration is going to be a bit off if I don't get exactly 2 reels. So for this, I'm going to hit it just a little bit later than normal. And I usually overcorrect anyway when I'm not on the second cast. I've hit it several times before, but... it's just dicey. A lot more guessing games. First cast again is what it is. I may go ahead and check this one just to make sure I'm hitting my seed. Also probably too late. Oh, something that I did realize in between now and my last stream is Staryu doesn't actually help at all with these fishing encounters. I thought for a minute that Illuminate would increase my chances of landing a Pokemon with a fishing rod, but I could not find any confirmation that that's how it works at all. Also, I don't have an empty spot in my party, which that's kind of an issue. So I'll probably check what I hit, then I'll reset and get reconfigured here. Thank you, Primeape. Yes, please. Put me out of my misery. Okay. So because I don't need Staryu anyway, I will probably just deposit it. Okay. That's too many numbers. Did I? 32. Oh wait, that's right. 26, 72, 50, 39, 38, 32, 52. Oh, because wrong Pokemon. And did I hit a method 4? I did, or a method 2 actually. And that's 2 frames early on the seed, interestingly enough. So all that is a wash. That's what it is. Yeah, sticky hold and suction cups. Yeah, it's probably not worth getting something with that, especially because I don't think I have access to anything with those abilities right now. just to make my life easier, let's go ahead and deposit the other 2 polys. Get rid of Staryu because it's literally useless. What's going on, Sergio? I'm doing great. Absolutely great. A little warm, as we've touched on before. It's getting hot. But I'm feeling good otherwise. I don't know if I need this Staryu for the decks or not. These are probably my decks Staryu, so who knows. Anyway, where is the Poliwhirl line in the Pokédex? It is after Growlithe. Where is that? Growlithe. Okay, Primeape. Okay, oh, right here. There we go. Fantastic. And you know what? I'm just going to put Magneton in here because Magneton can be handy. I'm definitely probably going to need it for the Kadabras that I'll be catching because they're going to destroy Venusaur. And Magneton can hang, so I'll keep it in there. Hey, Shargo. Yeah. I actually prefer to do streams pretty early now, you know, like in the morning for me. But I wasn't able to. I wanted to celebrate Father's Day with my dad, and so I went to his house and stuff. We had a nice brunch situation. It was really nice. And after that, I mowed the lawn. And that was a endeavor, as it always is. But all that's over now, and I thought, you know what? Now that those things are crossed off my list, let's get back at it. Okay, and I guess Venusaur's in the front. That's ideal. So now let's get back to it. And this time I'm now aware that, for whatever reason, I'm trending early on the seed, so I need to be careful about that. Yeah, I guess it's valid, you know. Just my father. One day a year, giving him some recognition, you know. Oh, really? That's interesting. When is Dia de Padres in España? First hook again. Slowpoke. I don't know the origins of Mother's Day and Father's Day as holidays, so I'm completely ignorant as to why they would be different. Why do I keep doing this? This is Slowpoke. March 19th, interesting. Much earlier. 33, 108, 50, 54, 42, 27. Sloppy with the numbers. Looks like I was one seed late and 2 frames late. Very interesting. I am not feeling the seed today, for whatever reason. I did always think it was kind of weird that in America we have Mother's Day on a Sunday in May. I can't remember exactly which Sunday. First cast again. And Father's Day is a Sunday in June. So just 2 months apart, or 1 month apart in the middle of the year. Very interesting. You set it up, meaning you like started a file on it? I see. Well, good luck. As you of all people should know how annoying that can be. Oh, you're gonna set up Ace? Okay, never mind. Your experience is gonna be maybe a little bit different than mine was. Oh, not shiny. Okay, method 4 again, which is interesting. 1 seed late again. Q per G as you should be. Mewtwo's gonna be... Well, it's not gonna be fun for me, I don't think. The capture... there's no universe where I think the capture is gonna be pleasant. But it's gonna feel good when I actually do catch it. I guess, is there a preference between static or wild? I mean, I think statics are generally easier. They're generally easier, just in my experience. I don't think there's anything technically making them that way, except, I guess Sweet Scent adds a big delay. I've gotten it first cast like so many times. Yeah, but I would say if I had to choose, I'd choose a static, because it's generally been easier, but that is not universally true. Yeah, the Pokeball makes a big difference. That is where it gets a little hairier. That is a good point. Method 4 being more common for fishing. I still haven't seen a lot of Method 4, I don't think, during this process. Out of all the fishing encounters. I mean, I've definitely seen some, but I haven't seen a ton. So it's interesting that it's only now coming up as a lot more common. Okay, let's see if I can put in all these numbers correctly first try. That would be pretty cool. Yep. All right, now back to method 1. I was okay, I was 2 seeds early again. If I try to go early, I'm extra off for some reason. And the frame is about the same. So, very odd indeed. I guess I just got to get lucky with the seed today. Well, in terms of like number of Pokeballs used, yeah, I would say statistically the Shiny Mewtwo will be better than the first one. I threw over... How many balls did I throw? Like over 450 Pokeballs, I think, at it. And that was over the course of like 5 or 6 attempts as well, so... So I don't want to redo the RNG a bunch of times between attempts, which I probably will have to anyway. What am I doing for Jinx, Lickitung, etc.? First, hook again. So for all of the gift Pokemon, which I can't get with my OT unless I breed them, I'm going to breed them. That also ensures that everything's in a Pokeball, and it's gonna be exactly what I am looking for. So, after I capture Mewtwo, which that's gonna be the last thing that I catch in the wild, I'm gonna do a quick round of breeding, getting all the other Pokemon that I need in Fire Red and Leaf Green. And that would include some of the trade mons. I think I've already bred most of them. I just need to hatch the eggs, actually. I've been putting that off a little bit. This looks like something I've hit before. Maybe not. Okay, I was on seed this time. That's good. And I appear to have been 1 frame late, which is kind of interesting. I was still late. Maybe I overcompensated. Yeah. That's pretty good, Shargo. Pretty good for legendary capture rates. What kind of ball were you using? Anything particularly special? If you say anything other than luxury ball, you're wrong, but... So Sergio, the breeding situation is the following. I don't need to RNG breed for the normal forms, obviously. I just need to get whatever comes from that. For the shiny Pokemon, like Shiny Jinx, Shiny Lickitung, etc., I need to RNG breed the eggs in Ruby and Sapphire, and then I need to transfer them over to Fire Red, probably, or actually probably Leaf Green, and then hatch them in Leaf Green, which will then give them the Kanto Met location, even though they were generated in Hoenn. Because doing egg RNG in these games is terrible. Yeah, that actually is acceptable. The right answer is either luxury ball or a ball that matches the aesthetic of the Pokemon in question. So, actually, net on steel... Okay. Net is interesting. I mean, I guess the colors do match. Am I sure about what? All right, I got a second hook, which means this could be ideal. Well, if I am wrong about that, that does throw a wrench into my plan. But I'm pretty sure I'm not. I know that like for example, whether Pokemon is shiny or not when it's hatched from an egg is determined by the hatcher's TID and SID, not the person that generated it. So I know that's one thing that isn't tied to the egg. And I assumed that the other stuff isn't as well. One seed early and however many frames late, so never mind. That's what I thought, Shargo. And thank goodness, too, because like, if you were about to tell me I had to RNG all these eggs in Fire Red and Leaf Green, I would not be happy. It's just so much better in Hoenn games. Both Ruby and Sapphire, as well as Emerald, the process is a little bit different between the first two and Emerald, but especially with the two-part system in the first two, it's really nice. First cast again. That's pretty awesome, Utah. Finding a random Shalfa. And a Riolu, too. Riolu is, if I'm not mistaken, more rare. And hello. Hello, Shiny Poliwhirl. You are mine. Don't do that. Don't use the Master Ball. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Let's go ahead and deposit this real quick. Because... Ooh, Parasect. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just jump right into some more RNGs? I could get something that's on this floor. Yeah, why double back? It's a long trek over here anyway. Let's just go ahead and go for another target first, and then we'll see what's going on. Also, I need to add to the total. We are now at 300 total Pokemon in this little situation. And we got all the frogs from Kanto. Not all the frogs, period, but all the Kanto frogs. All right, so what do we have going on here? So we have Kadabra, Alakazam, which is another Kadabra, a Machoke, a Parasect, Alakazam, and Machoke. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I got the count right. So that's 7 shinies I need to RNG prior to Mewtwo, plus the 3 that I still need to do in Fire Red. So, let's see how many of these we can knock out. Let's see. I don't know. The Kadabra spreads depend on the floor that you're on, so I do want to see if I can get something that's on this floor. That would be convenient. Floor 1. Okay. Maybe I need to go for the Parasect, because the Kadabra's not on this floor. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I'll go ahead and start with the Parasect. And go from there. Calm Male. Just look at that. Calm Male. Yeah. $3-12-0. 4-7-2. What is this? Stereo L and A. I don't know why I keep going back to that. It's this top one here. And I do need to change my calibration back to what I had for Sweet Scent Cave. So let me look at my list here. I'm going to save this fishing calibration because I think it'll be good for the Fire Red as well. Let's do fishing. Okay, Sweet Scent Indoor/Cave is this one. Plug it in here. And we should be good to go. Let me just go into this. All right. And let's go ahead and change my key item to the bike, because I know I'm going to forget later. Okay. Yes, Sergio, I've seen your message. That is something I will have to sort out at a later date. Because I was unaware that hatch location and game origin would be different, or they wouldn't be linked with one another. So that would throw a wrench into things if true. If I can't create an egg in Hoenn, hatch it in Kanto, and that doesn't show up as from Kanto, then I will have to do something else. Oh, damn it. This isn't my Sweet Scent Venusaur. No wonder. Okay, well, I had to go back anyway. Silly me. A lot of blunders today, other than maybe getting that Poliwhirl semi-quickly. Okay. Let's put you in here. Keep you here for now. And put you where you belong. No encounters. Very nice. Okay. So now I have, well, actually, yeah, I have 2 spots open, so I could do 2 in one go here. So if there's anything else on this first floor, that would be ideal for me to go for after this. If anyone happens to create an egg in Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald, and hatch it in Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then transfer it up to bank or home, let me know what the origin is. Just to confirm. Not that I don't believe you, Sergio. I'm sure you're coming from a valid place. I just want to be sure, because the implications of this are not fun. No more fishing rods, thank goodness. No more casting. Okay, I was 1 seed late and 2 frames early. Par for the course. That does sound a lot faster. I'll have to mess around with that a little bit. I've never used the researcher tab on here. One seed late on frame. Where is, how do I find the researcher tab? Is it on this first section here? Or I guess I have to open up another version of 10 lines. Or do I have to open that in Pokefinder? Ditto. I've never done TGTV, no, and I have no intention of doing so. Unless I needed a competitively viable Pokemon from Gen 3 for some reason. Which I might need one day, but at present, no, I have no need for that. Relaxed. Yeah, I've already had enough headaches with the double frame perfect inputs. I don't need to add a third frame perfect input in there as well. At least not for this. In isolation, like a one-time thing, I'd be willing to do it. Okay, I was on seed, and I was late there. I was late by 2 frames, which is interesting. I think I'll calibrate by 1. I'll say I hit 1770. Researcher is Pokefinder only, yeah. I figured. If somehow they, on the Switch version of Fire Red and Leaf Green, they enabled like online play, then I could see myself doing like maybe a TGTV RNG there. I guess that'd be the most likely scenario where I would do that. But with Pokemon Champions, IVs are kind of like a thing of the past now, right? I don't even think they're even used. Now it's all EVs only, and then movesets and stuff. What's going on, Stiggy? It's been a while. Let's just shake that one off there. I think I've seen almost every different encounter possible so far on this. Because what else is there? There's Magneton, Golbat. I haven't seen Machoke, Primeape, Ditto, Electro. Okay, so I haven't seen everything. And Wobbuffet is especially rare, so... What are you getting Egg-moves for? Are you getting them specifically in Gen 3? Just the usual, I see. That pesky working house stuff. I have not played Pokemon Go in a hot second, so I don't know what research you're referring to, but that's cool. It's not a guaranteed shiny, right? You just got lucky? Yeah, that's a really nice feeling to get a research shiny like that. Alright, I don't know if did I check the Magneton I caught? I didn't. Let's see what this is. I would assume it is simply a seed issue, but time will tell. It is also relaxed. On seed, 1 frame late. Son of a gun. And I apparently hit that twice, or at least I probably did. Well, it's a good thing I didn't over-calibrate. Maybe I did. Maybe I shouldn't have calibrated at all. Oh yeah, Magneton is solid. I would say Magnezone is not as great, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, the 1 frame, it's basically required at this point. I gotta be 1 frame off before I get what I'm looking for. I'm gonna check it just to be sure, but how freaking wild would that be if this was the same one? I think it is. Okay, it's not. I was like, okay. Well, I don't really care then. I don't care because I was already 1 off. I don't need to calibrate, just need to hit it. I'm going to use the bonus disc, I think, because I don't want to mess with the channel setup. I do have the bonus disc, in a sense, if you catch my drift. Do I own a physical disc that says bonus disc on it? No. But do I perhaps have the capability of playing the bonus disc? I do. I wouldn't be opposed of getting the actual disc. It's just very expensive. Yeah, they're so expensive. It's not really worth it to me. And, you know, it doesn't change anything at all about the actual method. It's just whether you're using the disc or not. Yes. Yes, it's good to have the bonus disc in this way. Oh, nice. I don't know if, does the Japanese or the Jirachi disc have a higher price? I'm not sure. I could see the appeal of the Japanese version over the Jirachi version simply because that is the only way you can get Celebi in Gen 3. Whereas Jirachi has European channel as well. Oh, that is a shame. Losing that disc. Yeah, that is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's shiny locked in that generation, whereas most Pokemon are not shiny locked at all. Only because of the method that it was distributed. Celebi, I think, is the only... Is Celebi the only shiny locked Pokemon in Gen 3? I'm pretty sure it is. Because every other mythical and event Pokemon you could encounter in the wild. That is a mushroom, but it is not my mushroom. Yeah, that's what I thought. So not only is it incredibly difficult to get on its own, but it's shiny locked, which is quite unfortunate. Did you full odds hunt it, Stiggy? Or did you use tools on the 3DS? Excuse me. True, yeah, the XD Shadow Pokemon are also shiny locked. Hey, look at that. Our golden boy. Pokereader, yeah. Okay, you can take a hit for sure. Yeah, that's good. Oh. Oh, my secondary effect is flinching. Do you survive a crit? I'm gonna say... That's tough. You will definitely survive that. Yeah, you quadruple resist that, right? So even if I crit with that, then we'll be fine. Just a few more. Yeah, six in this cave, and 3 in Fire Red. And then once I have those, so the next 9, I will catch Mewtwo. Or at least I'll try to catch Mewtwo, is probably a bit more accurate thing to say. That is true. Yeah, the Gen 2 sprites, I think, bring a lot to the table. Very nice. Behold, the golden shroom. Where would a Parasect be in the Pokédex? Surely not down there. Yeah. Parasect. There we go. Cool, we got another line of bugs down. And that makes this donezo. So I don't think... I can't get any of the Alakazam, but can I get a Machoke on this first floor? Because I don't want to have to go deeper into the cave yet. Let's see, this one. Let's try this. Sergio, I will look into the optimization with Pokefinder. I just... at this point, have been doing it this way for so long that I am incapable of changing it right now. Okay, so I can't catch this Machoke on the first floor. I wonder if the other one is on the first floor or not. It is not. Okay, so I have to go deeper into the cave for all the other targets. In which case, I will actually probably go for this Kadabra first. I don't want to do all 4 Kadabra in a row. And... oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's the wrong seed. I want... let's see, let's start with floor 2, maybe? Is Kadabra here? It is. And it is... is that the female Kadabra? Yes, okay. So I have to go to the second floor for this Kadabra here. So let's get this set up real quick. Floor 2, Kadabra. It's modest, so it's going to hit like a truck. So I need to be prepared for that. Where is modest? There it is. 30, 25, 27. $17, $6, $17. And I'm looking at a stereo L equals A kind of situation. Okay, now I just need to get to the second floor. So I need to get to the ladder. Am I already... are the settings correct? Stereo L equals A, that is right. Alright, let's see how this goes. This Kadabra could sweep me if I'm not careful, so... I will get the Magneton after this for the other 3. Make it a little bit more feasible. this one has a little bit of a wait, but that's fine. Oh, why am I... Parsec put me to sleep? That's not good. Well, that's going to be further wrenching things if I do find this Kadabra, but we'll just, we'll force it. If I have an awakening, I'll use it, but otherwise, I'll just deal. Certified effect spore moment. Can I use the Pokeflute for that? Really? I'll try that in a sec. This is revolutionary if true. I mean, I guess not that revolutionary, but... One seed late, and... quite a few frames late, but... I don't know why that would be... We'll just call it an anomaly and go from there. Yeah, this is saying I was 6 frames late. Well, actually, hold on. Before I try this, let's wake up Venusaur. I am blind. Damn. I had no idea that that worked that way. That is pretty cool. Not sure if I'm familiar with the sleeper toad. Was probably a frame late again there. But we will see. 1 seed late again, as predicted. This time, looks like I was, oh, none of these make any sense, actually. The frames are weird. Actually, no, that one's only 2 frames late. Very strange. All right, let's hit my seed. Are you asking how many of these I can do in one sitting? Or how many am I planning to? I would really like to get most of them today, but it all just depends on how it goes. I think my record in terms of like efficiency is... Hold on. My record is, I think I got 5 shinies in 90 minutes. Because I did one evening stream that was only an hour and a half, and I got 5 shinies in that. So that's probably the fastest or most efficiently I've gotten shinies successfully with RNGs. I have still not gotten 3 shinies in a row. I've gotten 2 in a row several times, but never 3, which is what it is. We're 148, 1, there we go. On seed. Okay, yeah, so this is weird. I am 5 frames late. 5 frames. Why? Why is it off by that much? I have no idea. But I will calibrate anyway and just take it from there. Good luck with your errands, Caddy. Appreciate it. Three TGTVs in 2 hours is very impressive, yeah. It's a collective 9 frame perfect inputs, 3 of them paired each. That's very good. Yeah, I could do Cute Charm in the Gen 4 games. I probably won't. And I will maybe go into that later as to why, but I definitely could. I might even set up a file so that I can, and then if there are certain targets I want to get that way, then I'll get them that way. But I certainly won't get all the shinies that way, or the majority of them with Cute Charm. Yeah, it's not very fun. It's very easy. Probably the easiest possible way to get the shinies, which naturally, like, in general, I'm for that. You know, I don't want to spend unnecessary time. The problem is, with Cute Charm, it does affect the PIDs of the Pokemon that you can catch. And so, for me, that does kind of make things a little tricky. But I'm not saying I will not use it at all. I might use it a little bit, just not for everything. Especially because RNG in Gen 4 is so, like, it's very feasible. It's not tough at all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and normally that would be a problem, except, once again, I do not care about stats at all. I just want it to be shiny. So for me, Gen 4 is paradise. It's gonna treat me well. What? Okay. I didn't... this is not what I was looking for. And I actually already have a Ditto. So... I'm not keeping this. Okay. Let's just see... I probably don't even have to catch this. I'm just going to look up a shiny and see what it could be. Yeah, so there's a shiny Ditto on seed at frame 241. Okay, hold on. Let me go open up my targets here. Yeah, so this is the Ditto. What is my target? 243. So this is on seed 2 frames early. Yeah. Bye. Goodbye. So that's 2 frames early. Meaning I probably over-calibrated a little bit. So maybe I will put an Eon timer. Maybe I'll go... Yeah, let's just go ahead and calibrate by 2. 2, 4, 4, 1. All right, now we should be good. You are correct, Sergio. It is a PID clone. That is something that I wasn't as familiar with before this process, but there are like, in Fire Red and Leaf Green especially, there are like so many shiny spreads clustered together with the same PIDs but different Pokemon. It's very interesting. That'll happen in RSE too. I never noticed it in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. But, yeah. I'm sure it does happen. I did think it was maybe something more common with fishing in RSE, but yeah, it's very common in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Almost in all cases, all the shinies, they have like PIDs that are within like 20 or 30 frames. But that is technically my second unintentional shiny. My first one was a Horsey, and I ended up catching it because I needed Horsey. But But that one is not going to help us. That Ditto is a dupe, unfortunately. Oh, for a second I was like, ooh. Technically, that would have been 2 shinies in a row, had I got it. Is it similar, Sergio, to like Shadow-locked Pokemon in the GameCube games? Because I know that for those, there's like a bunch of alternating spreads that are the same because of the way that the game is trying to pull the nature, or looking for the nature. Yeah, it sounds like it's the same thing. Obviously, there's a lot more going into Shadow-locked Pokemon as well in those games, but yeah. Okay, I might have hit that twice. I don't actually know which one this is, but... One seed late. One seed late and on seed. Or one seed late and on frame. I appreciate it, RSC 8192. A lot of fundamental figures in your name. Also, the shiny Poliwhirl from Gen 3 profile pic is very based. All right, you know what? I think it's about time we got this. Let's make it happen. And that was probably too late. Didn't feel great. Yeah. Let's just try again. I think everything's dialed in. I don't think I need to calibrate anymore. I just need to execute, as they say. Execute and then executor. Now that felt like a good button press. That felt pretty good. But it's not good enough, apparently. This does, if this is the one I already hit, then this is on frame, 1 seed late. Yep, that's the same one. So I was 1 seed late again, on frame. So this is where I really need to be focusing. Really hit that frame, or hit the seed. No more wasting time. Knowing my luck, that's going to be too early now, but it could be it. Could be. All right. Show me the pale Kadabra, please. That is not a pale Kadabra. Although I think I've hit this one before too. So let's see what's going on. On seed, 1 frame late. I've apparently done that twice now. Do I calibrate that? Is the question. No, I don't calibrate that. Calibration is for the weak. I'm just going to press it a little bit earlier. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Shargo knows. This is a calibrating free zone. We don't do that sort of thing here. I don't know what they do where you come from, but not here. Nope. At this point, we really need to be blaming the timer, right? It's never my fault that I'm not getting these. It's always the timer's fault. Oh, I should have calibrated. I should have calibrated. That was one frame late again. I'm still not going to, but I should have. I really should have. Oh, man. It's not the best feeling. Wah! Those are very rare, by the way. I think it's a 2% encounter for Wobbuffet. No, it's a 4%. Actually, no, it's a 5. No, that's not this floor. Yeah, it's a 5% encounter on this floor. So not actually that special. Fun fact, I believe that Wobbuffet is the only non-Kanto Pokemon in Cerulean Cave. Available in Cerulean Cave, anyway. And for whatever reason, it's a 1% encounter on the bottom floor. That's what I was thinking of earlier. Okay, okay. I'll calibrate. I'll do it. Sheesh. Pretty sure I was early on that seed anyway, so is what it is. What? What? I even calibrated. I was still one late? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The DS audio was a little finicky there for some reason. All right, I feel like I'm on seed. Let's just hit this thing. I have 3 more Kadabras to do after this, so we'll get plenty of Kadabra action. Don't need to draw it out anymore. All right, so that can't be one late. Surely that's not one late. Oh, my freaking God. Okay. It's probably early on the seed there. We are entering the portion of this broadcast where my brain ceases to function. Okay, at least that's not one frame late. That might have been the 1 seed late on frame Kadabra. And at this point, I have seen all of these these spreads so many times that I am very familiar with everything around my target, just not getting the target itself. There you are. Thank goodness. I was having trouble there. So, this could legitimately sweep my team if I'm not careful. So, first turn sleep is really good. Not going to try to weaken you because you are very defensively bad. So, I'm just going to chuck some balls and hopefully sleep will be enough. And it was. It actually was enough, so thank goodness. Yeah, that was nice of the game to make it up to me for that extra long stretch with very easy capture, when it could have been bad. So the Abra line down here. So as stated previously, I need 2 Kadabras and 2 Alakazams for the male and female variants. That is my male Kadabra. So I still need 3 more Kadabras. 2 of them will be male and female Alakazam, and then the male Kadabra for that. So before I get into anything else, let's head back to the PC, drop off our 2 captures, and hopefully knock out many more shinies. Much faster than we just did. That would be nice. Especially if the calibration applies to the other spreads as well. The calibration I just used, then theoretically it will not take as long. There's an adjustment I want to make with this plan, which is that I think Magneton as the lead will be ideal for catching the rest of these Kadabras. And I'll paralyze instead of putting it to sleep, so... Oh, look at that. Last shiny in the box. The full box. That's very satisfying. And this one's also full when the starters are in it. 2 full boxes of shinies so far. This one's only 1 away. I think Farfetch'd is in there. And then there's the Kadabra line and the Machoke line here, which will fill up the rest of these slots too. So, incoming. We're very close to filling up a bunch of different boxes. And then we have these last 2 over here, which still needs some attention, but it'll be alright. So, Abra, male Kadabra, female Kadabra, male Alakazam, female Alakazam. That's how that's going to go. Let's put you away for a moment. Alright, let's get back to it. Either more Kadabras or Machokes. I am going to save, mainly because I'm pretty sure if I have Magneton in front and I encounter another Magneton, I could be trapped by Magnet Pull. Pretty sure that's a thing. So I don't want that to happen. But before I go back further into the cave, let's figure out exactly where we need to go. So this first Kadabra is settled. We have another Kadabra, the male version. Might as well go ahead and get that one out of the way too. It is not on the second floor, though, of Cerulean. It's not on the first either, because that's only... Yeah, so it must be... Yeah, it's on the basement floor 1. So I need to go in a little bit deeper into the cave to get it. Ah, crap. Oh, well, yeah, no, I actually can't escape. Lovely. So close to one-shotting. Okay, something faster in front first. Let's do you. Oh, I don't have Rock Smash, do I? Okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Do I need Rock Smash to get to the second basement floor? I don't know. I can't Damn, dude. That's a fast Electrode if I can't escape that. I'm not playing Champions much, no. Very busy. When I'm not doing this stream, I'm working on another video, actually. In the late stages of that one, and when I'm not doing that, I'm usually just watching TV or something. So absolutely no time for any other games. At least not right now. I have been watching a lot of Champions content, though. A lot of Wolfie videos. Very entertaining stuff as always from him. Oh, okay. Do I need Rock Smash? Tell me I don't need Rock Smash. Damn it, I need Rock Smash. Okay. Well, in that case, are there any other targets? If I can get 2 more Pokemon without going deeper into the cave, then that'll be fine. So let's go back to this. See, this other Alakazam, or this other Kadabra. Can I find this one on the 2nd floor? I can. Okay, great. So that's one of them I can go ahead and get. So that'll be the one we're going for right now, for the moment. $0.26. $21,725. Stereo L and A. This is the one. All right, very curious if the calibration we just used will hold up, because so far that one is very different than most other calibrations I've had on this so far. So we'll see. Also, you should be locked in, my friend. What are you doing? Okay. Still, yep. Are you playing the VGC, the doubles, or are you playing singles? I would really like to get into doubles format. I've only ever played singles, and the only reason I really actually got into single battles to begin with was I had some Ribbon Masters that I wanted to do, and so I had to climb the ladder for Sword and Shield in the singles meta, and it was a stressful experience for sure, trying to get to Master Ball, but I did end up... Oh, I think I accidentally hit a button. That's not going to do. So especially in the higher tiers, in my experience so far, it can be pretty stressful. But with the, doubles, it's just so complex. There's so many variables, so many things to keep up with, so many opportunities to either hard read your opponent or play more safe. I don't know. It's incredible, the depth of the game. And I am a novice for sure. Probably better than the average novice, maybe, but I'm novice still. Wait a minute. This is still the first floor. I need to be on this floor. There we go. Don't know if that messed with anything. You know what? Let's just go ahead and fix it real quick. I just have no idea. I think the competitive scene has really been heating up lately. So even like when I did it in Sword and Shield, the scene was not as big as it is now. I think there's a lot more players, a lot more skilled than they were before. The one thing that I'm kind of intimidated by, or I guess not as familiar with, is all the megas. Because I didn't really play competitive in Gen 6 and 7 when they were introduced. So it's like a brand new mechanic for me. So that combined with the fact that Eternal Flower Floette is impossible for me to get at the moment because I don't own Legends EA. And yeah, there's some stuff I need to deal with. I need to sort some things out before I really dip my toes in. Damn. I mean, sure, maybe the scene was smaller, but that's still pretty good. Shargo, you should be proud of that. Thank you, Nick, for your contribution there. One seed early, and it looks like my calibration is holding up, which is a good thing. It means I don't have to do that again. Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have your ass handed to you, regardless of how good you are in VGC. Yeah, I just think the Floette, Mega Floette archetype is very prevalent. I could certainly build a team without it, but it would be good to have the option. Well, I know it's in the post game, right? You have to do everything else in the game before you get Mega Floette, so that's a barrier to entry of its own. But then, of course, if you don't know the game, then you don't know the game. Yeah, big fan of transferring my old teams up and using those, even if they're definitely not meta-friendly these days. A jolly little bat. I was on seed and 2 frames late. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I will calibrate by 1. Yeah, I'll calibrate by 1. So now I'm back where I was before I calibrated last time. Yeah, Shargo, there's just so many more people playing, which I think is great for the scene, but it just means it's a lot more competitive. Yes, Golbat is green, and Crobat is pinkish. We saw a couple shiny Golbats in Seafoam. However long ago. That wasn't too long ago. That was maybe like a couple weeks. Yeah, I think you just have to beat the entire game, basically, before you can get the Floette in question. One seed early, unfortunately. Yeah, a little reversal action on the colors between the two. Oh yeah, you don't need to play Mega Dimensions to get it. It's just in the base game. Oh, it's locked behind the Royale. That's fun. Sounds like a very engaging situation. Also, I'm going to switch you all because that's what I want to do. What? You are what? On seed method 2, and I was 1 frame early? I was 1 frame early, yeah. Yep. That's what it is. I was 1 frame early. Lovely. The unfortunate thing I think about ZA is the Mega Dimension looks like a fun mechanic in terms of shiny hunting and everything. I think it makes it very trivial, you know, like you can catch basically anything you want. Which is good for me because I would like to hunt a bunch of Shalfas someday in that game. Oh, that's not the same one. Nope. We are just in Kadabra City. When will we leave? The world may never know. Looks like a Machoke is on this floor too. We can go for that next. What? What? 1 seed early, 1 frame late. I think that is probably 1. I'm going to check it. I think that's 1 early. It's 1 early on seed, and I've hit it before. Tail is all this time. Yep. 100%. I'm not even going to plug this in. I just know that's what you are. Which means I'm not going to calibrate. Of course. Why would I do such a thing? That one was just off. Poltergeist, I have not. Fun fact, I actually have never played either DLCs for Scarlet and Violet. I never got them. I just have the base games. Obviously, I will need to obtain them eventually for this situation right here, but yeah, just never got around to them. And they actually look pretty decent. Heck yeah. Calibration is for the weak. Okay, this thing has synchronized, so I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just get paralyzed, it's fine. Yes, yes. And I don't think it's really worth damaging you, so... Balls. Ooh, she. That's a lot of damage. That's not good. Oh, ooh, okay. Am I gonna get sweeped? Am I gonna get sweeped by this Kadabra here? It is quite possible that that will happen, actually. Oh, you have Trick. That could come in handy, actually. At some point later. Okay, maybe paralysis isn't good enough, but we'll see. Also, I need to re-up on some Pokeballs. Jeez, I'm getting low. One Psychic and I am dead for sure. So, don't do that. But it's using every move except Psychic, which is very cool. Very cool of him. Okay. Glad we didn't have to worry about getting sweeped there. Well, before I save, let me get my affairs in order. Let's see. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. No! No, 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 no! No, that's actually bad. Because if I get something I can't escape from, that's bad. I can escape from you, probably. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're fine. We're okay. What was I doing? I want to... Well, you're going to come out in front anyway. So, yeah, let's just leave things how they are, because I think I'm going to go for a Machoke next, and that one I'm not as worried about sweeping me. I think we are much safer with the Machoke. Alright, so we just need 2 more Kadabras for the Alakazams. And I did a quick check, and it looks like the next one I can go for that's on this floor still, that I don't have to go anywhere else, is this Machoke spread here. So that in Pokefinder looks like this. And it's a very quick spread too, so ideally I would knock this out fast. So let's go to 10 lines. $27, $322. $19.26.7. The settings for this guy are stereo LNA. Nothing has changed so far. Okay. We are ready to go, I think. We already saved. And settings don't need to be changed, so let's do it. That does kind of surprise me that just with paralysis at full HP, it's still a 20% chance to catch Kadabra. It's higher than I would expect, honestly. Oh yeah, we gotta be quick. Go, go, go. Well, not too quick. Oh, ho, ho, baby! Hello! 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Yeah, apparently way too easy. Plot twist, it breaks out of all my Pokeballs and kills itself with submission. Or I just missed Sleep Powder. Also, is submission your only attacking move? Why are you using that so much? Okay, good. Not that I was, like, actually concerned about anything happening, but... Very solid sprite in Gen 3, if I do say so myself. Looks really nice. And... thankfully these lines are right next to each other, so I can just check it off just like that. Alright, I gotta get out of this cave. Gotta get out of here. Rebel Heart, no. There is no other way to do it, which is why I wanted to avoid doing Egg RNG and Fire Red and Leaf Green and transferring the eggs from RSE instead. Sergio mentioned that that is not technically possible because the game origin will still be Gen 3 if I do that. I need to follow up and see if that's true, if that's actually how it works. If it is, then I will have to do that. And that's going to be awful. That's going to be really, really bad. So hopefully I don't have to do that. Hopefully I can just transfer eggs from Hoenn and hatch them in Kanto to get Pokemon from Kanto that I want. That is, I'm really hoping that's the case. Really, really hoping. Yeah, so Jinx and Lickitung, I have the normal ones. I bred the traded Jinx and Lickitung with a Ditto to get their normal forms, and I need to breed them, RNG breed them for the shinies as well, since they're not, you can't catch them in the wild. Which means, again, kind of like what I was just describing to Rebel, if I can't RNG breed them in Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald and transfer them over here and get the Kanto Met location or the Kanto game origin, then I will have to do them in this game, and that's not going to be pretty. Having to hit the seed and then hit multiple stages of the egg RNG. I don't know if you know anything about egg RNG. It's not fun when you don't have a consistent seed. So yeah. Really? So you've tried this? You made an egg in oh wait, I need to get Rock Smash, don't I? But you made an egg in one of the Hoenn games. You hatched it in Fire Red or Leaf Green, and it showed Hoenn origin. Is that what you're telling me, Rebel? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Wait, can one of my... Excuse me. Got a little flim-flam. Can one of my Pokemon learn Rock Smash, is the question. Okay, they all can, basically. Now, let's teach it to Venusaur. I guess you don't need Leech Seed anymore. Rebel, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. That is not good. I can't remember off the top of my head how many Kanto Pokemon I need to breed, but it is quite a bit. It is a lot of them. It's all of the trades and all of the Pokemon that can't be captured in the wild, which would include the Rhydon line, or the Rhyhorn line, and both gender variants of that as well. Yeah, I wouldn't want PID clones to be included in the challenge, unfortunately. Okay. Okay. Can you not? Okay, thanks. Oh, this isn't even the right way. You know what, Shargo? That is a very good point. That is actually... You might have just saved us, honestly. Because... That will work. That will be much easier than doing the RNG fully in Fire Red and Leaf Green and hatching it there. If I know the PID of my target, like if I can figure out where I landed, I can just do a TID manip on a... Oh, damn it, I can't... Okay. I can just do a TID manip on a fresh copy of Sapphire or Ruby, and... Oh my... Can you... Yeah, no, that's... You know what, Shargo? That's a great point. Actually, this isn't going to be too bad after all. Can I beat this? Because I want the EXP. Spark? That's not going to kill. Oh, it does kill. Well, now all my Pokemon are slow. Do I have any revives? I have one revive. Lovely. No, that... I'm really glad you said that, because I do think that that's probably going to be the best way. I might just do that every time. I might just hatch an egg in... oh, wait, I don't want to go that way. I might just hatch an egg in Fire Red or Leaf Green, figure out what it was, what the PID is, and then just do a TID SID manip on a new file of... Oh, I can't go there. Where am I going? Well, there we go. Yeah, no, that's actually... That's what I'm going to do. If I can't make the eggs in RSC, then I'll make them and then just do the TID manip. Yeah, so Rebel, Ace would be a lot easier, absolutely, a lot more flexible. I'm not really going to be using Ace for this challenge in general. Not because I'm 100% against glitches, but because I just think that Ace is generally too powerful and defeats some of the purpose of this. So, honestly, it's really not that big of a deal to... like, just create a bunch of new files over and over again. Like, I really don't see... I mean, yeah, it's tedious, but it's definitely doable. Like, I will probably do that, actually. Oh, Rock Smash encounter. I thought about doing the Shiny Graveler entry with the Rock Smash, and I was like, no way. This is... Dead end, really? Okay. I've got repels, don't I? Don't I? Yes, I do. Not very many, though. Is it the center path? Yeah. Damn it. It's not the center path. Okay, this is where I want. I believe this is... Oh, wait, no, this is still first floor. This is basement floor 1. So I'm going to go ahead and, if there is a target in basement floor 2, I need to go ahead and get close to that entrance. And I'll just take it. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Emerald ever. If I were to do this little sleight of hand with the TIDs, it would be in Ruby or Sapphire, not Emerald. Wait, have I made it to Mewtwo? I think this is... Oh yeah, this is where Mewtwo is. So, what is the basement floor 2? I thought I might be in basement floor 2. I probably am if Mewtwo's here. Okay, well, let's see if the other two Kadabras are down here. That would be good to know. Did I get... Is this the one I got? Yeah, because the other one's down here. So I got this one. Okay, so this Kadabra... Please tell me you are on basement floor 2. Tell me the truth. Oh wait, there's only one basement floor. I got them, I got turned around, but regardless, this is where we want to be. So, this Kadabra is quirky. It's a quirky Kadabra. $16,318. $31, $20, $31. So this thing, we thought that Kadabra hit like a truck. This one's gonna smoke me if I'm not careful. It's gonna be bad. Stereo L equals A, though. Same sitch. A little bit of a longer wait. All right. Let's hope I find this fast and pray for mercy when it gets here. Because it could seriously destroy me very easily. Yeah, Rebel, if you're talking about TID, RNG, and Emerald, I would love to know why you think that is easy, but I'm assuming that that's not what you're referring to specifically. Now, you all know what this means. I usually don't call this out because, you know, I jinx myself. But if I get this shiny now, it'll be my first 3 in a row. So let's hope the calibration holds and I execute. Be pretty cool if I got 3 in a row before this was all said and done. Come on, baby. Show me pale Kadabra. Oh, oh, oh! I did it! I did it! I did it! 3 in a row! 3 shinies in a row! Oh my god, I actually did it! Dang, dude. Oh my god. Wow. I actually did it. I also didn't buy more Pokeballs, which is not good, but I don't know what to say. That's really awesome. I'm really glad that I was able to do that. And a pretty easy capture too. What more could you ask for? Dude. That is really fun. That is really cool. So that was the mail, right? Yeah, that was the mail. Well, let's find the next one, I guess. Go for 4, dare I say. I probably shouldn't say that. I definitely will jinx myself if I say that, but I'm probably never going to have another chance to go for 4 in a row than right now anyway. So it's a little bit of a pressure situation, but yeah, that is really cool though. I'm so happy about that. Wow. All right. Last Kadabra. Are you on this floor? Tell me that you are. You are. Good. Second ball is a sign of respect, yeah. I earned a little respect there from the Kadabra. 100%. $21.53. $22.18. This is stereo help, so I need to change the settings. Don't know why I keep going back to that. Okay, now I'm nervous. I will probably never get another chance to go for 4 in a row. Never, ever, forever, never. That is not going to happen. Meaning, this is my shot. Okay, I don't need to be putting too much pressure on this. Like, I'm not going to get 4 in a row. Like, that's not going to happen. But, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just dive in. All right. I hit my seed. I definitely hit my seed. I definitely hit my seed. Okay. Can I get 4? Come on. My one and only chance. Oh, dude. I was like, oh, dude. No. No. No, no 4 in a row. Just a normal Kadabra there. Still, I was like, Kadabra? What? It's okay, though. I think 3 in a row is definitely... It's an accomplishment that is valuable enough on its own. Where is Sirius? There it is. I was on seat. Oh my god, you guys. I was on seed 2 frames early. So, I mean, I was 2 off, but I was on seed. Damn it. I was it almost happened. It almost happened. 2 frames off, though. So, probably not. And you know what? Actually, that button press was not even like an early button press, so I probably will calibrate that. Just as it is. 1947, yep. Just gonna do it like it is. Man. I was so close. Being on seed made the stakes pretty high, made it viable. But unfortunately, every seed has a slight difference in the timing and the calibration, so you have to get really lucky. You have to get really lucky to get 2 in a row. 3 in a row, didn't think it would happen. It happened. 4 in a row, it's not going to happen. It's a fair point. You call it skill or you call it black magic wizardry. Either one of those. Do we have a method 2? A method 4? 1 seed early. We do love the dark arts. Speaking of which, just you using the word cast in there, has anyone seen the Scooby-Doo movie with the Hex Girls in it? And does anyone remember the opening song that they play when they're first introduced? Because that is playing in my mind right now, and it's really hyping me up. I don't think that Switch RNG is better or worse. I just think it's a little bit different. Pretty sure that's the same exact ditto I just hit. Which is Ghost, that's what it is, yeah. One of the three direct to VHS Scooby-Doo movies that slapped. The other was Zombie Island, and I think Cyber Chase was there too. And look at that. You didn't take too long to show up, did you? All right, let's see if I can do something before I die. Can you para? Thanks. Yeah, I have no idea the differences between the timing. It's something you could account for with the settings on whatever timer you're using. It's not super big of a deal. Oh yeah, Alien Invaders I think was a fourth direct-to-video Scooby-Doo, which I thought was good, but I don't think it ranks as high as the other three I mentioned. Come on, 20%. I wonder why it can't trick and get my leftovers. I guess because it doesn't have an item. Trick only works in Gen 3 if both Pokemon have an item. It's kind of weird. I really bought just enough Pokeballs for this stretch, didn't I? All right. Thus ends the tyranny of the Kadabras. So I need one more Machoke, and then we have all the wild Pokemon before Mewtwo in this game, but we also have a few in Fire Red, which I will do prior to Mewtwo because I think that's more of an epic thing to end with Mewtwo. So here's the deal, y'all. Oh, wild Pokemon can't trick. Interesting. Okay. That's good to know. So here's the deal. I'm probably going to call it for today. Meaning, we have exactly 5 Pokemon left to catch. Pokemon that are catchable. That would be this last Machoke in Cerulean Cave. And then we have some Fire Red exclusives that I forgot about. Mainly, the Wild Weezing is one of them. The Shiny Wild Weezing. The other is Shiny Electabuzz. Where is that? Yeah, Shiny Electabuzz. I forgot to get that. So we have to go get Shiny Electabuzz in Fire Red. And the last one is Seadra, which is only a wild encounter in Fire Red, even though the Horsea line is not version exclusive. So that is what I have on the agenda. And then, of course, after those 4, we will do Mewtwo unless because now we've been talking about the egg situation and the version exclusives that I have to hatch, or the trades that I have to hatch and everything. So I don't, we'll cross that bridge when we come there, but I'm going to basically figure out what's going to be easier to actually do like the full-blown fire red and leaf green egg RNG on that cartridge, or create an egg knowing what PID it has and then just reset Ruby and Sapphire over and over again to make those eggs shiny. If I do the latter, then I will probably do Mewtwo after I catch these last 4. If I do the former, you could arguably say maybe I should save Mewtwo for the end, after the eggs, which that's going to be a whole saga, you know, doing the egg RNG. It's going to be really hard if I were to do it that way. So I'm going to have to look through some things, figure out exactly what the best approach is. So until then, I really appreciate you all stopping by. Cooper G, no, I don't have any way to direct support. Other than liking the stream would be really nice. And spreading the word, because we're almost done with Kanto. And that's very exciting. And I got my first 3 wild RNGs in a row, 3 shinies in a row, which is 6 consecutive frame perfect inputs. So I'm really happy about that. I really didn't think it was going to happen at this point, but I got it in like right towards the end. So I guess technically there's still, you know, 4 more or 5 more encounters left. I could do it again. I could go for the 4. But there's really no chance of that actually, but technically possible. So we will see. But the only way you're going to find out is if you tune in for the next couple streams. When will that happen? I'm not really sure, but I may be able to sneak in some evening streams this week. I'll try to schedule them ahead of time, so you all keep a lookout for that. Anyway, enough of my blabbering. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching. I will see you all hopefully very, very soon.